Hello Fun and Learn student of class 8th. In previous video we have discussed the moisture in the atmosphere and saw one important topic of evaporation. Now the change in the state of moisture gives birth and as a result give birth to the term like evaporation, condensation and precipitation. So we have seen evaporation in previous video and the subtopic of it is humidity. So what is humidity? We will discuss in this video. Now let's take it humidity. Now the amount of water vapor present in air is called humidity and it is closely related to air temperature and it varies from place to place and from time to time. Next important point in humidity is dew point. Now what is it? Let's see. The capacity of the air to hold moisture depend mainly on air temperature. A fixed volume of air at a given temperature has a fixed capacity to hold moisture. When it holds the maximum amount of water vapor at a given temperature, the air is said to be saturated at dew point, and that point is known as dew point. So I think you have got it. Now humidity can be classified in two categories. Number one, absolute humidity, and number two, relative humidity. What is it? Let's take it. Now, the actual amount of water vapor present in air is called absolute humidity. When you associate the term actual amount of water vapor, it gives birth to the term absolute humidity. Next is your relative humidity is defined as the ratio. Now, here it is ratio between the actual amount of water vapor in the air at a given temperature and the maximum capacity of the air to hold moisture at that temperature. So when we compare the actual with maximum, it gives birth to the topic of relative humidity. So I think you understood this topic humidity and absolute humidity, one kind, and second is your relative humidity. Next topic is your condensation. What is it? When moist air rises upward, it becomes cool and the water vapor changes into small drops of water. This process is called condensation. Now, condensation can occur only and only when these two conditions fulfilled. One, when air becomes saturated, and number two, there is a surface on which water vapor can condense. These are the two important conditions. Now, next is your condensation nuclei. What is it? In the atmosphere, the surface for condensation is provided by smoke and dust particle. These are called condensation nuclei. So I think you have understood topic condensation, condition for condensation and condensation nuclei. Your forms of condensation. So there are three important forms of condensation. Number one, dew and frost. Number two, fog and mist. Number three, cloud. So let's take it one by one. What is dew and frost? During the long winter nights, all of you have observed it, grasses, leaves, flowers and even sand particles cool down due to radiation. When the moist air comes in contact with such cold surfaces, the water vapor get condensed on them. So the small drops of water thus formed are called dew. Now, what is frost? If the temperature falls below freezing point, tiny ice crystals are formed in place of water droplet. This is called frost. So what is the difference between dew and frost? The temperature below freezing point, then frost is formed, and dew I have told you. Next is your fog and mist. See what is? During the long winter nights, the air near the earth's surface cool down. The water vapor present in the air condense and float in air as a very small water droplets like. This is called fog. It can reduce visibility and thus you have a disruption in traffic, and if the fog is not very dense, it is called mist. So this is the difference between mist and fog. Both are similar, but fog is dense and mist is not dense. So this is the difference between fog and mist. See this figure, this is the frost. So you can see in this figure this frost formation. So I think you have understood this topic. Next topic will be discussed in the next video. So thank you student, thank you very much.